Question, the member from Newmarket Aurora.
Thank you. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, one of the measures that the Minister of Finance is considering for his upcoming budget is harmonization of the federal GST and the provincial PST. In a report released today by Canada's largest independent real estate consulting and advisory firm, Altus Group, they estimate that the cost to homebuyers will be up to $17,000 of new increased taxes in Ottawa, $25,000 of new increased taxes on homes in Mississauga, and up to $46,000 of new taxes for new homes in Toronto. Surely the Premier and the Minister of Finance will agree that Ontario's home buyers and our economy cannot withstand that kind of tax increase. Will the Premier undertake today, will he give us assurances that any changes to tax policy in this province will exclude this harmful effect on home buyers and...
Premier.
Speaker, we're all awaiting eagerly the presentation of the budget inside this chamber shortly, and we've had a number of representations made from a number of different business communities. There are a number who advocate harmonization, but in particular I want to make reference to my colleagues' federal cousins who in their recent federal budget said the following, and I quote, "A single sales tax is the single most important step that provinces with retail sales taxes could take to stimulate new business investment, create jobs, and improve Canada's overall tax competitiveness." Speaker, I would be pleased to hear from the honourable member opposite as to his party's position. Are they in favour of or against harmonization? Because I think that would be helpful to us and to Ontarians.
Great.
I'm pleased to respond to the Premier. We are advocating for consumers and we're advocating for an industry. And what we're saying is if, in fact, the government chooses to proceed with harmonization, there should be the appropriate exclusions for home buyers, for the building industry of homes in this province, to ensure that $2.4 billion of new taxes are not imposed on Ontario consumers. That is our advice to the Premier and to the Minister of Finance. We now will look forward as to whether the Premier will take our advice.
Premier.
I'm not really sure what that advice is, Speaker, but but I thought, Speaker, they were a little bit more precise in their dissenting opinion for the 2009 pre-budget consultations filed on behalf of the official opposition. They said, and I quote, "The official opposition calls on this government to heed the call of the federal government and take immediate action to fix Ontario's uncompetitive tax structure." So we've got a federal government that's advocating harmonization. They're telling us they endorse the federal government's position. So I take it that they're in favour of harmonization, Speaker. I will pass that along to the Minister of Finance so he takes that advice into account in the preparation of his budget.
Good question.